All right, hey everybody, welcome. This is Sam, and welcome to the Flipside. I am going to be playing this game right here, HUTAN. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It is the Indonesian word for forest. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be crafting our own little section of a rainforest, trying to populate it with as many flowers and trees and animals as we possibly can. The solo mode is actually pretty neat. It requires hardly any setup whatsoever, which is a really cool thing for a solo mode game, for a solo mode of a game, because often there's a lot of extra rules that come along with the solo mode. And this is simply not the case. This is pretty much you are just playing the game by yourself, and you're trying to score the most points. It does not have a. It basically has a system in the back of the rulebook to basically gauge how well you did. It has a whole bunch of different scenarios and so forth for the solo mode, but you are going to be gauging yourself by how many points you got based upon what's here. So, but the scenarios tell you that you have to get a certain number of points in order to consider yourself having passed that scenario. So I played a couple of scenarios earlier today just to see how the solo mode went. My wife and I, Jessie and I, have played this 1.5 times. We played it the day we bought it. We bought it at the store, went to our local coffee shop, the Steamers West, bought lunch, sat down, punched it out together, and then taught ourselves how to play it. And then we had to go do something else, so we weren't able to finish that game. But we struck up a new game a couple of days later and finished that, and we both really enjoyed the two-player experience. I'd really like to play it with more than that. It goes up to four players, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, let's see here. Tom is here. What's up, Tom? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Philip Zomberger's here. Jumped the gun a whole minute early. Well, it wasn't a whole minute early. It was just a little bit. Micah says, hello. Philip says, gosh, I really dislike that box cover. Individual art is good, obviously, but I do not like that composition. Why? I don't understand why you don't like the composition of this box art. I mean, these are the different animals that are involved in the game, and they're all kind of around. You have the sunlight coming through the top of the trees and filtering down through the forest, and I like it. But again, like I always say, artwork is subjective. So, but I don't have. Check out the inside of the box. Oh, it's the same thing. But I don't know why you wouldn't like it. I really do. Sorry, but we'll get to that in a little bit more in just a few minutes. But it's too pale for my taste. Too pale. Pale. I don't see it. I just don't. But okay, I'm not gonna argue with you. I just don't agree. I guess it's just the way it is. Well, hello there. Terrier Halo says, "Are you racing to cut down the most rainforest?" No. Hi, Texas Sam. What's up, Gunner? Good to see you. It doesn't feel cohesive, like the animals were just drag and dropped. I could possibly see that. I mean, sure, I get it. But I mean, the orangutan's hanging from a tree, and it wraps around. He has his feet kind of, clutching the tree branch, and the bird is flying around. The tiger, though, however, I do get that. The tiger does look like he's superimposed upon this, so I get that. I can see what you're saying in that respect, but there you go. Too many animals, not enough Formula One cars for my taste. There's going to be no Formula One cars today, Terrier, so just be careful. All right, so as I was saying before, we're going to go ahead and get down to the table. There is literally, well, okay, there's not zero setup. There is some setup. You are basically going to be looking in the back of the book for solo mode, and you're either just going to set up the game with a deck of cards, and you can choose what pattern you go through, and you just go, and you can choose what objective cards you want to use if you want to use the advanced game variant. And then go for it. You're going to have 54 cards in the deck here, so that basically means you take 16 out, which is a lot easier than counting 54. I don't know why they just didn't say take 16 cards out of the deck, but they don't. So you're going to do that. You're going to put these four tiles together that make up your little section of the rainforest, and you're ready to go. The box and the organizer on the inside acts as a kind of I don't know, a thing to hold all of the pieces. Sorry, that's just dumb. So you can just grab things out of here and grab things out of here and grab things out of here. You don't even have to take anything out of the box until you're about to use it. So that's one of the coolest things about it, I like. And so once you've done there, now if you're doing some of the scenarios, like I said, it does have some setup there because it does give you the configuration of these tiles. And it also tells you what 5 objective cards or ecosystem cards to use here. And then over here, it does tell you how many points you need to score in order to consider having completed this, this scenario. Now, as I said earlier, I did try a couple. I tried H and failed. I was like, let's just go into the middle and see how I did. Well, I missed it by 1 point. For H, you have to score 110 points in order to consider yourself having passed, and I only scored 109. I missed it by that much. And then I went ahead and tried B and got it by more than what I needed. I needed 80 points and I scored 90. So I could actually, if I wanted to, mark off that thing right there. Well, one of these things, denoting, that's my color. So what we're going to do is here, we're going to do A, and I think this will go fast enough that we'll also be able to try C as well, and then go from there. And one of the clever things about the game, I think, is these tiles are double-sided, and they have different configurations of sectors on each of the ones. So this consists of one sector, this is one sector, and this is one sector. And then this over here is just a lake that you can't place flowers in anyway. If you flip it over, however, you have 2 large sectors rather than one large sector and 2 smaller ones. And the way that these are normally done in a multiplayer game is that one person, whoever the first player is, gets to choose how they want to configure their board, and then everybody else has to match that choice, whatever they do. But for the scenarios, it gives you the layout based upon whether or not it's going to be a circle. On the other side, it's a square, and you can choose either way. So as we have done here, it says that for A, we have to have the white circle in this corner, the blue circle in this corner, and then we have to have the red circle up here in this corner and the pink circle down here in this corner. And so once you've done that, you're ready to begin. So what we're going to do is normally in a multiplayer game, you deal out the cards in 9 stacks, depending on how many people are in the game. And so in a 2-player game, you put 3 cards in each stack. In a 4-player game, I believe you do 4 cards in each stack. A 3-player game, and so forth and so on. But there's 9 rounds in the game. Well, in the solo mode, there are 18 rounds of the game, and basically what you're going to be able to do is, first of all, you're going to be able to flip over the first 3 cards. Well, that's a bad start. Don't like that at all. But you flip over 3 cards, and you get to choose one of them. And then you have to discard the other one. Now, when you're choosing a card, that denotes what flowers you're going to be able to place on your board. When you place flowers on your board, the first turn, you can basically start wherever you want. But that second or third flower, however many flowers are on the card, has to be adjacent to, orthogonally, the first one that you play out there. So, let's see. Well, we don't have any red in the objectives over here, so I don't think I'm going to choose that one, and I only have this. So this is the card that I'm going to choose for this game, this turn. So I'm going to take a gray and a blue, and I can place these two anywhere on the board. Now, when you're placing them on the board, you have to realize that there are certain sections. Generally, what you want to do is you don't want to mix flower colors in one section, because that will be considered a negative point at the end of the game. Incomplete sectors are also considered negative, one negative point. So you want to basically make sure that you can place the same flowers, the same color flowers in the same sectors. So what I think I'm going to start with here is I'm going to start right here, and then so that one could have gone anywhere I wanted to, but now this one has to go orthogonally adjacent to one of those other ones. I can't put it here because that's the same sector, and I don't want to do that right off the bat. I could, however, put it right here, and that's a different sector, so I'll have a blue sector here and a gray sector here. All right? So at the end of the game, if you have a complete sector, you're going to score that many points. If there's an animal in this sector, you'll score that many points, and so forth and so on for all of these different ones. So I've started by these two sectors here. It's going to score me 4 points if I get those complete, but then if I also get an animal in there, they're also going to give me 6 points. So that's 10 points if I can get those built up completely. These other objectives over here are basically for every complete yellow sector on my entire board, I'm going to get 3 points. For each board that I have a complete. So this is a maximum of 12 points, maximum 12 points, maximum 12 points. And these are the same, just with different colors. This one right here, I don't actually know. That's the first time I've used this one. And that one is I get to score 2 points for each animal you have in an area of 2 spaces. So if I have an animal here, if I have an animal here, here, those will all be worth 2 points. This one down here is at the end of the game, I'm going to be able to pick a color of flowers, and for every, I get to score 4 points for each of my Rainforest boards with at least one area completed in this color. So this is a maximum of 16 points. So just keep that in mind. Let's see, what have we got? The tiger is doing what cats do, wander in there right in front of the camera. Yeah, see, there you go. Let's see, might be a peak analogy from Eric. Get on with it. A snail crawling on an arrow gets to the point quicker. Wow. What is in the box? What is the box? What is the game topper? Right? When I saw this game, I was like, dude, that would look awesome on my playmat. Because this is Vincent Dutrait's art, and this is Vincent Dutrait's art. So I'm like, holy cow, it fits so perfectly. You are correct. Double-sided? Yes. Now he's confused. No, I'm not. Welcome, Jackie. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you, Jackie. Thank you for being here. And welcome to you too, Eric, you weirdo. Let's see here. Love this game, Ryan says. I did have all the glue. I did have to glue all my trees together, and I glued the insert to the bottom of the box and glued the insert to itself. I didn't do any of that. You store games vertically, Ryan? Always. I'm a civilized human being. That's pretty funny. All right, so let's go ahead. I did not glue any of that stuff together. Some of the trees do come apart pretty easily. So I can understand why he wanted to glue all of the trees together. I haven't felt the necessity to, but while I was putting them together, they did go together a little more loosely than I would have liked. But I definitely agree with that. The only thing that I didn't use that was in the box was this little cover thingy. This is supposed to go right here over and in these little things, and I'm like, there is absolutely no way with those flowers in there the way they are that this is actually going to go down. So I'm just, see, I actually split one of them right there just doing that. So I'm like, nope, not using this, goodbye. But we keep it in there anyway, just for posterity's sake. All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to continue on. We've already done round one. Round two begins with 3 cards coming out. And wow, I would like to have a card that has 3 things on it. Please. Gray, blue. Let's go with that gray. So we're going to pick this one as our card to use there. And so we're going to put out 2 grays. And now the grays that I put out here have to be, the first one has to be orthogonally adjacent to one of the ones that's already on the board. The next one also has to be adjacent to the one that I just placed out there. So this is a little bit of a difficulty here, but it's okay. I'm going to put one right here because it goes in there. Now, I could, matter of fact, I might do this, but I'm not going to do this. But I could place, because this one got placed earlier, I can place another one on top of there and then this one right here. I can place on top. When I place another flower on top of the same color flower, it basically turns into a tree. Now, when you do that to the last space in a sector, that means that you have created a perfect habitat and you attract an animal that matches the color of the flower that's there, specifically this little dude right here in this particular case. But I'm not going to do that right now because I want to try to fan out a little bit, and I also want to try to get to work on this objective here. So I'm going to do here first, and then I have to be adjacent to that dude, and I'm going to put that right there, just like that. And so now we flip over 3 more cards, and okay. Can grow my blue and then add a green, or I add a yellow, or I can, I could finish my gray over here and then start working on a yellow and a white. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to use a white, a gray, and a yellow. So my gray, I'm going to put right here, because it's adjacent to one that I've previously placed. And then a white one here, we're going to place over here. And then the yellow, we're going to place right here. So all of them are adjacent to each other over here. So that's good. And now we go for, that is a wild. I can choose, I only get one, but I can choose which ones I get. Interesting. So yeah, I'm going to choose the 3 over here. I'm going to go with red, gray, and blue. And I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go with a gray down here, a blue right here, and a red right there. Those are 3 different areas, but I started adjacent to this one, and then these are also adjacent to the ones I just placed. So that one's done. 2 and 3. Now let's see here. All right. I think what we're going to do is we're going to choose this one right here and take 2 grays. Now 2 grays are going to go here and here. The reason I can do both of those is because both of these were previously placed, so I can place a gray on top of there and a gray on top of there. That is basically going to turn these into a couple of trees, and now I've created a perfect habitat. So I get to attract, actually, you know what? which might not be the best idea. But it's okay. We're going to do it anyway. So we're going to attract an animal here. We're going to bring this little dude over here. By the way, there's 4 different kinds of trees in there. It doesn't matter. They don't match either of the things. So I'm going to place this dude right here. And whenever you place an animal, they fertilize the places that are orthogonally adjacent. So what I get to do here is I get to place a blue right there. And then I also get to put one of my choice over here. I think I'll make that a, we'll make it a red. We'll make it a red. So because I did another one here, that also turns into a tree like so. And that's that. All right, so that was that turn. And now we're going to... let's see, we have some questions. I almost cut all the ends off of my cover thingy so it would be usable. I split some of my flowers. More glue. Yep. Do you get credit for the flower colors under the trees? Yes, you do. So for example, this section right here is a completed section. So this board is going to score me 3 points. But on top of that, it is also a 2 section area, and it's going to score me 2 points as well because I've got an animal in there. So there is that. La 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 la. Oh, the Op Games is here. Hello, folks. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. All right. Good to see publishers show up every once in a while. I do appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Next, let's see here. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to choose. We're going to go ahead and choose. My goodness. We're going to go with this one. We're going to choose this one, and we'll go with a gray right there. Let's go ahead and get that gray out here. We're going to go with a gray right here. We're going to go with a blue right here, and then we're going to go with a red right there, just to kind of get things moving out. Both of these get to become trees. So we'll go ahead and put that there, and we'll put this. Oh, those are both the same. Let's use something different just to be fun. See, there's one that, there we go. All right. And that's that. So now we'll flip 3 more over, and we get to choose where we want to go here. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and use this one. I'm going to use this one, and that's going to put 2 yellows out. So I'm going to put here first, although I don't have to. I could put here first, and then I'm going to go adjacent to that and do this as well. This turns into a tree. Let's do one of these this time. Bink. Now, I could not have, by the way, I could not have placed, for example, I was placing out 2. I could not have placed one and then placed one right on top of it. You have to, it has to be there beforehand, all right? So I would have to do this and then that, or do here and then do here, and that allows me to put that tree out there. Okay, well, that one's done. Let's see. Let's see here. Thank you for playing HUTAN. You are welcome. Thank you for publishing it. We appreciate it. Better be on your A game with the publisher here. I know, right? Actually, with the publisher here, I can... No, I don't want to make mistakes with the publishers watching. I certainly don't want to do that. But if I do make mistakes, the publisher has full capacity to make those corrections. All right, so we have 3... out here now. Oh boy. That doesn't help. Oh, that does. Kind of. So, go here, here, and here. I could do that. I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to choose this and go with yellow, white, and blue. And we'll put white right here, and then we'll put a yellow over here, and we'll put a blue over here like that. Okay. Ooh, ooh, Oh, gee whiz. I can't really get it done, can I? Duty shoots. All right, well that means that I think I'm going to have to choose this one. And I'm going to go with yellow right here, blue right here, and red right here, like that. About halfway done. There's another wild. A couple blues, couple of, ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, those whites don't really work, do they? I could get pretty close to, nope, I couldn't do there. Two whites don't work. Two blues do though. All right, so I'm gonna do two blues and I'll go one on top here and one down here. And that makes this become a tree. Let's see here. Sam is always on his A game. Remember to mail that check, Sam. Let's see. You've come with coupon codes, right, OP? No, come on, y'all. Very puzzly. Yes, that is correct. Victoria, welcome. Good to see you. Yes, it is very puzzly, and it is so far very fun. Despite the lack of cars, I am curious, I have to admit. Hope you like cupcake. Yep, I do. I do like cupcakes. That's for sure. All right. Boy. All right. Well. All right. We're going to go with this one right here. This is going to allow me to place a gray right there and a white right there. And both of those will turn into trees. So we'll go here, and let's use that one. We'll go here, like that. All right. I don't know that I'm going to be doing very well here, folks. But we're going to try. We're going to try. All right, well, now a couple of things. I do want to make a, if you are not able to place everything that's on the card, you must place all flowers from the card you take. In the rare circumstance that you cannot place all flowers, take another card. If that is not possible, take a card and discard it without placing any flowers. In the extremely unlikely case that you run out of flowers, use a placeholder. So you have to follow all of the rules when you're placing out these things. And if you can't place those flowers, all of the flowers on the card, and still follow all of those rules, you're kind of stuck in the mud there. So you have to be kind of careful. Know what I'm saying? Well, let's go ahead and. Oh man, I hate giving away 3 flowers though, bro. Let's see, I could go white, red, but then I'd have to put That wouldn't work. Goodness gracious. All right, well, I'm just going to do this one. And that's one of my choice. I'm going to have it be a blue, which will turn into a tree. And then since I have a complete habitat, I'll be able to attract a dude. I'm going to attract him here though, because that gives me a little bit better. I'm going to attract, let me see, sorry, got to get one of these guys out here. I'm going to attract this dude, and he allows me to put another white here and another white here. And then this turns into a tree as well. So we'll put that right there like that. Okie dokie. That's that. My goodness. Can you expand board bigger than 2x2 for more in-depth, longer game? It does not say that you can. I imagine if you wanted to, you could, but I don't think you would have enough cards. But again, that would be a house rule that you would have to make. There isn't provision for that in the rule book. Okay, so next 3 cards, another wild. Oh boy. Man. Back myself in a corner over here. So, all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the wild again, and that's going to allow me to put a wild a yellow right here, which will turn into a tree. And now that I have that perfect habitat, I can attract an animal, which is this lion. I'm sorry, this tiger. And that is going to allow me to fertilize over here, which is going to be another red because that's the red group over here. All right, so that's that. And we have 3 more cards. And now, no, it doesn't work, does it? Does this work? Nope, not anymore. Crap. White and blue, does that work? No. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Buh. Oh man, it doesn't, does it? Man, alive. Oh well, I know what I can do. I'm going to do this because otherwise I wasn't going to be able to place anything. I'm going to do a red right here, and then I'm going to do a yellow over here. So that works, but good night. That was close. That was really close to a bad idea. Oh, 2 reds, a red and a yellow. That might be not bad. White and a red. Ooh. Yes, please. I will take that right now. So a white is going to go right there, and a red is going to go right there, which turns that into a tree. Like so. Okay. Yes, Terrier, go apologize. Absolutely. And we've got 3 more cards out. I could get another tiger out on the board right now. Which I think I'm going to do. So I'm going to use these right here, and I'm going to place 1 there and 1 here. And then both of those become trees. Kerplink, kerplink. And then I'm going to fertilize. I'm going to attract the animal there, which is another tiger. And that is going to put a blue over here, which turns that into a tree. And I don't think that it crosses that lake. I wish it would. When you attract an animal, you may place fours on all adjacent spaces, never diagonally, or on as many of those spaces as you like. The flowers can be a mix of color you choose. You can also use to grow trees. Yeah, so has to be adjacent. So there's a lake there. I can't put anything there. So, oh well. All right, so that was that. And now we've got 1, 2, 3. I think we're going to take these two because we're getting down to the end here, and we're going to get 2 reds. We're going to go 1 right here and 1 right here, which turns that into a tree. Kerplink. And then last 3. Yep. Can't finish anything. Goodness gracious. But we could complete a thing down here. Red. I could complete 2 here. Bum, 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 bum. I think that's what I have to do. That's all right. So that's a positive swing in points. I'm going to go blue here, red here, and then white up here, which means that this is going to be a negative point, but I took away 2 negative points here, so that's a positive 2 at least for that. All right, so that's the end of the game. So now what I do here is I first of all count trees, and trees are going to give you 2 points per one that you have. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 times 2, that is 26 points, and this is A. So I get 26 points for my trees. Then I look at my animals, and it's a little hard for you to see, but right here, this is one of the ways where you can see it. This area here, if it has an animal in it, it gives me 3 points. So we're going to go ahead and, so that's going to be 3 there. This one does the same thing, so that's 3, 6. Over here I have another 3, so that's 9. And over here I have another 3, so that's 12. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12 points for my animals. And then for every completed section, you get the amount of points. For example, this one right here, if I would have completed this with just flowers, I don't have to have trees, I just have to have a completed section, then I get 2 points. But I didn't finish that one. I did finish this one though, so that gets me 6 points. And then here is 2, and 2 more here, so that's 10. Then I have another 2 here, so that's 12. I have another 2 here, 14. And I have 3 here, and that gives me 4, so that's 17. And I have another one here, so that's 6 more, 23. And over here, 2 more, 25. And I think maybe 27 here. So I have 2, 4, 10, 16, 18, 20, 22, 26, 27, 28. So I got 28 points for completed sectors. And now I'm going to get minus points, minus 1 point for every incomplete or every mixed sector. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. So I have minus 4 points there. All right, so now I'm going to take and add those up. So I have 8 and 8 is 16. That's 6, carry the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is 66 points, minus 4, 62. Then I'm going to look at each of these cards here. So this one right here states I get to score 3 points for each completed area using yellow colors. All right, so I have one here. I have another one here, so that's 6 points for that first one. Next, same thing for blue. So I have one here, and I have one up there, so that's 6 points as well. This one, I have gray, so I've got 1, 2, so again, 6 points. This one right here, I get 2 points for every animal that's on a 2 spot. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 8 points. And then I get to pick a color, and I score 4 points for each of our rainforest boards that has at least one area completed in that color. So I think the best that I can do here is 8 points for having 2 boards, because I've got red here that could give me 1 here and 1 here, but I don't have 1 over here or over here. I've got yellow that gives me 1 here and 1 here. I've got blue that gives me 1 here and 1 here, and then white only gives me 1. So I'm just going to score 8 points for that. And then we take all of those points and add them up. So 62 plus 8 is 70, 78, 78 plus 6 is 84, 90, and then 96 points. So 96 points for A. And for A, I think I only had to score at least 75 right here. So I definitely blew that out of the water by 21 points. So if I wanted to, I could scratch out one of these things here. And I may or may not do that. But that's basically how you play the solo mode for this game. Now, watch this. This is pretty cool because this is how fast the game sets up and resets. All right, so first of all, put all the trees away. Okay? Boom, boom. Put all the animals away. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? Then, this is just kind of a little thing that I do, which may or may not work very well. I can do that, and I can do that. All right, so now you take these cards and you take these other cards, and you're going to put them together. I'm going to shuffle them in like so, and then shuffle them together once more. Where's the thing? Nope, it's going to be like this. Give it one more, oops. Like so, and we count out 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 goes back in here. We're going to take these out and C. We're going to go ahead and do C. So let's see what, let's see what there, okay. So C wants us to use, these are the 54 cards that we're going to be using. C wants us to use 3, 5, let's see, 3, 5, 8, 12, and 24. 12 and 24. So those are all the cards that the game wants us to use. Next, we're going to put the, arrange them the way that they want to. So it wants blue circle out here. It wants white circle down here, like so. And then it wants red circle like this and pink circle like that. So now we have a different setup, and we have all of these cards that are out here. So 3, 5, 8, and then 12 and 24. All right, so what are we doing here? let's look at those real quick so that everybody knows what's going on. We're pretty much ready to go now. We just have to start flipping over cards. That's how fast it is to set down, tear it down and set it back up. So it's pretty cool. All right, so you already know what these do. We're just looking for white areas, blue areas. This is for every tree that you have on a blue flower. It's going to give you 2 points, and that's on all of your boards. This one over here, this one says score 6 points for each animal on an outer edge of your rainforest boards. Each cassowary, which is the blue birds here, these are cassowaries. For every cassowary you have, it is plus 4 points. Then this one right here says score 6 points for each row and column that has trees, animals, and lakes on all spaces. So each row and or column that has trees, animals, and lakes on all spaces, you get 6 points for each row and column that you do that for. All right, so that's pretty much that. Let's go ahead and get, oh, there are scenarios. Yes, there is. Is the app still in chat? Verify. Let me double check that, Ryan. I thought it scores... Oh, you are correct. So how would that have worked? Dang it. Why did I think it was only minus 1 point? Oh, I'm an idiot. All right, so I don't think I would have missed 20 points. So I still beat the thing, but yeah, I would not have had 96 points. It would have been minus more than 4. I can't remember. It's too late, but you are correct, Ryan. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. No, you can. You can just randomize, Eric. You absolutely can. But I'm playing scenarios, all right? I'm following the scenarios. That's why it's a specific thing. So I've beat A, I've beat B. I haven't beat, I missed H by actually more than 1 point now that I've been brought to the light. But now I'm trying C. So I beat this one and I beat this one and now I'm trying this one. That's why there's a specific setup. You can absolutely just randomize. You can, absolutely. Okay, so here we go. 2, 3. And again, man, starting off with nothing. All right, well, this is a cool thing. So I guess what we'll do is we will start with 2 whites right there and right there. Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. This is animals on the outside. So we're going to go with this and this. We're going to start down here so I can put that animal out here, at least. All right, that one goes away. 1, 2, 3. And no blues, huh? Okay then, fine, fine, fine. I really could use some blues though, but hey, who am I? All right, I'm just going to follow the same here and just take 2 grays and go right here. I don't know if this is a good idea, especially with that new... Oh, hey, some blues came out. Looky, looky. This is an interesting conundrum. But we're going to go with... I have to wait to get those blues out, I guess. We're going to go with white. We're going to go with gray. And then we're also going to go with yellow. Right out here, just like that. And that turns these into a couple of trees. Bing and bing. Okay. I don't know if being on the side of the edge, oh wow. Well, I guess that's pretty clear. 2 yellows. Bing and bing. That and that. All right. I'm going to choose this one, and we're just going to go white and gray. Those both turn into trees. Bing and bing. And now I can attract a rhino and a so the this guy right here. So that and that is going to allow me to fertilize here, which turns that into a tree. And then this guy will allow me to fertilize here, which we'll go ahead and make that a blue. And it doesn't let me fertilize anywhere else. So there's that. All right. There's another blue. And white. Man, I'm missing those things over there though. I think I'm gonna go with this white and yellow here, and I'm going to have it be yellow here and white over here. That makes this turn into a tree, like so. Strider, lay down. Okay, and the next one. Man. We're gonna go with this. That's gonna go blue right here, and then white right there. Just want to choose this one. And man, so we're gonna go with blue, yellow, white, like that. One, two, three. Go with this one, and we'll go with white, blue, and gray. Like so. Two reds. Oh man. Okay, I think I'm gonna choose this one. That is gonna let me choose a yellow for here, which turns that into a tree. And then that becomes a perfect habitat, which allows me to attract another animal here, which then allows me to fertilize here and here, which turns both of those into trees. Like so. Bum, bum. Producer and replay referee, give that man a raise. I know, right? He already subtracted some, just not enough. Yep, that's true. Looks like you would have had negative 14 as opposed to what you counted. So I would have had minus 10 more points, which would have been 86. So I still would have had more than the 75. So I did beat it, Tom. Eric. All right, so that was this one. 1, 2, and 3. All right, I think for this one, ooh, man alive. Doesn't help me. I think I'm going to choose this one. And we're just going to go blue, gray, and white. And all three of those turn into trees. And what I have been doing, and I'm not doing it here, but what I have been doing when I'm just playing without streaming is I've just been putting the trees on there, not adding the flower and then taking it off. But I'm just trying to show the procedure that's in the game so that you understand what's going on. There and there. Yeah, this one is the one I think I need with that. So that gives me 2 white flowers, and I'm going to place them right here, just like that. So that's a swing of 12 points there, from -6 to +6. There and there. And then, let's see. Oh, man. Oh, that works. Yes, thank you. We'll do this and this. It doesn't finish. That's okay. All right, so we're going to do blue here, and then we're going to do white here, which again, so you can see the procedure. White goes here, that turns into a tree, and now that I have a complete section, I am able to attract another rhino right here. That rhino is going to populate anything of my choice or fertilize here and here. So these are going to turn into trees. So boom and boom. And now I have a completed sanctuary here as well. And I'm going to attract one of these, what are they called? The thingamadoogie hoppers right there. And that also allows me to fertilize over here. That's going to be a yellow. Bum 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 bum. All right. So that was this. Now we're gonna go 1, 2, and 3. Over there. I'm going to do this one. And this is going to allow me to put a blue here and a gray right there. Oh, man. Okay, that's actually not that bad. Not that bad at all. Actually, I like it. Okay, no. I'm going to go with this one. And it doesn't help me much other than it allows me to place here and here, which is going to basically turn both of those into trees. And then I'm going to be able to fertilize or attract I'm going to attract an animal, and that's going to be a tiger. And he is going to be able to fertilize here, which turns that into a tree. Like that. Then we have 3 more coming up. Oof, 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 oof. Okay, this kind of works. So I'm gonna choose this one right here, and I'm gonna go with red, blue, and gray. So these both turn into trees. These both turn into trees. Boom and boom. This blue completed area here is going to get a cassowary right here, which allows me to fertilize the red, which turns it into another tree, like so. And that goes away. Then we have 1, 2, 3. Strider, lay down. Thank you. And, wow, those are bad. Well, they're not horrible, I guess. I just have to take these. So that allows me to finish. Here. Well, here and here. And then last 3 cards. Couple blues over there. Yep, we'll take it. 2 blues will go here and here, which turns that one into a tree. And that there is the end. All right, so let's do a, so this is now C. So we got a check mark on A. And now we're doing C. So first things first, trees. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's 30 points for trees. And then animals, we get 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 19. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 19. So 19 points for my animals. And then completed areas, I'm getting 4, 6, 8, let's see, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 18, 20, 22, 24, 28. Did I count that right? Okay, so 4 here. 4, 6, 8, 10, 16, 18, 20, 24, 26, 28. Yep. 28 for that. And then negative points. Again, we have 2, 8, 12. 2, 8, and 12, right? Yeah, 12. So minus 12. All right, so we've got 17 plus 1, that's 4, 5, 6, 7. So 77 minus 12 is going to be 65. All right, so 65 going into these cards. So I get 3 points for each completed area using only blue flowers. So I get 1, 2, 3. So that's 9 points. Then 3 points for everything with white flowers. So I have 1, 2, 3. So that's 9 more points. Then down here, trees on blue flowers. And the only question that I have here is, do animals count? Because you did have to put a tree there before. Let me double check that. Ryan, do you know the answer to that question? Or if the op is still here, do they know the answer to that question? Where is it? Yeah, score 2 points for each tree you have on flowers of the colors shown on the respective card. I would imagine that it doesn't, because it says it has to have a tree, but I don't know. Ryan, what do you think? I think because you're getting these points for the animals, it supersedes the points that you would get for this. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to go give myself 8 points for that because I don't think the animals will count. So 8 points because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 trees on blue. All right, so that's this one. Then we come up here. 6 points. This one said 6 points for each animal on an outer edge of your rainforest board. Each cassowary along such edges adds 4 points. All right, well, I do have a cassowary over here, which is an additional, so he's worth 10 points. He's on the outside edge, and he's a cassowary, so that's 6 plus 4, 10. And then I have 2 more over here, so that's 12 more, so that's 22. And then 6 more over here, so that's 28 points, I think. Because I get 6, 12, 18, 24, plus 4, 28. I think I get 28 points for this card right here. That's pretty big. Don't believe so. You gave up the tree for the animal. Yep, that's what I was imagining. I also glanced at the rules and didn't see that specifically called out. I agree with Ryan, as you gave up the tree for the animal. Yes, I agree with both of you. Thank you, guys. All right. I really did, I think, I really did well on this one, though, I think, because outer edges of the board, unless, yeah, it just says on an outer edge of your rainforest boards. So you look at the outer edge here, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 24. Plus 4 for that, 28. Wow. All right, now this one right here, if I have a tree, an animal, and a lake on every single thing in that column or row. So lake, tree, animal, tree, tree, animal. So that's one. Oops, dang it. That's one. Let's see, tree, tree, animal, animal, tree, animal. That's another one. Oh, nope, here as well. Tree, animal, tree, lake, tree, animal. So I have 1, 2, 3 times 6, 18. So I did pretty well on these 2 cards. And that's pretty interesting. All right, so we add all that up. 65 plus 9 is 74. 74 plus 9 is 83. 83 plus 8 is 91. 91 plus 8 is 99. 99 plus 20 is 119. And then you have 119 plus 8 is 127 plus 10 is 137 points. Check my math, y'all. Make sure I did it right. I think I did. But we need to make sure Eric is happy. Wow, easy scenario. Let's see, what did I have to get for this? For C scenario, I only had to score 85 points. Only had to score 85 points for C scenario. So yeah, that's interesting. But I will say that this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 7th game that I've played of this. So I'm starting to see how things kind of go together and how you can minimize your negative points and maximize your positive points on these different things. So I'm beginning to see that. But yeah, easy scenario. Yeah, maybe so. Obviously cheated. Yeah, you're right. Eric, you're probably correct. But, I mean, you go ahead and start taking it down again, and everything just kind of goes back in its own little spot. Like so. And we can get that one in there like that. The rhinos go over here. And then trees just go in here. And then dumpy dump. And dumpy dump. Then, to just kind of show how everything kind of fits in here together, all of your boards. Here are all of the other boards that come in the game. They just get put right in here just like that. All of these guys will get put with, this is a piece that's only used in the multiplayer game. So basically this becomes, this is given to the person who starts the game, and then they get to take their first turn. When they take their first turn, they can't take this one. So they take their first turn and then they put this out there. Other people can take it, which will give them a flower of their choice on that specific round, that turn, and then they'll be able to go first next round. So that's a piece that is only used in the multiplayer game, not in the whatchamacallit, the solo mode. These cards go right back in here like this. This little guy goes right on here like that, and it's good to go. So that is HUTAN, Life in the Rainforest. I'm really enjoying this. Doesn't hurt that it's Vincent Dutrait's artwork. He's my favorite artist. But another cool thing about this is that this is from the same designers as Heat, Pedal to the Metal, which is interesting. This also feels like a spiritual successor to Aqua, Biodiversity in the Oceans. It has a lot of the same familiar like stacking. The drafting feels very similar to Aqua, Biodiversity in the Oceans. So that was another interesting thing about it, is that this is done by different designers than Aqua, but it utilizes a very similar mechanism as far as the drafting is concerned. So I thought that was interesting. but I really did enjoy this. So congrats to the op. They did a good job. I mean, anytime you get Vincent Dutrait to do the artwork, in my opinion at least, you've got a winner. At least to an extent, you still have to have good mechanisms there. But I really did enjoy this one. This is a good one. I like it. It is extremely light. Is it asymmetrical? I don't know what that means. What do you mean by asymmetrical? Do your player boards are going to be set up the same every round. The first player chooses how they want to set up the board, and everybody else has to mimic their setup. But beyond that, so in multiplayer, what you're going to have is, for example, with two players, you'll have 3 cards out there, right? You'll have 3 cards out there, and the person who's going first will have the first player marker. So he will turn over these cards in a 2-player game, and then it goes up by 1 card for every player. He'll, for example, choose this card and then put this back in here. All right, and now the next person that goes can choose from one of these 3 options. Let's say that somebody chooses this, the other person chooses that card. Now it comes back to the first player. He can choose to take one or the other. Let's say he wants to go first again. He'll take this, get a free flower of his choice, and then the last person takes this. Then whoever has the this player turns over 4 more cards, or 3 more cards, and gets to pick first. And it continues doing that through 9 rounds. So your setup isn't asymmetric. There are no player powers to be considered asymmetric. But I would imagine that your strategy will be asymmetric. In other words, what flowers you're trying to go for, and so forth and so on, will be different than other players. But there's no asymmetry in the setup or anything like that, no. As a solo, I'd really like to be able to grow the grid for difficulty. I just don't think you'll have enough cards. The game comes with 70 cards in the box, and I just don't think that you'll have enough cards to do a larger grid. I mean, maybe you use the entire deck and you're able to add one more board to your grid, which would make it not symmetrical at all. It wouldn't be a square anymore. It would be kind of a weird shape. But you could do that, I guess. I just don't know that the game would be balanced that way. But I mean, you're playing solo mode, so who really cares? But I guess you probably could. I just don't know how it would, if it would work well. I don't know that, it's not in the rule book. All right, so that you're kind of out in uncharted space at that point. Player boards the same. Yes, player boards are the same. Thank you. This was the answer for me. Cool, cool, cool. Go for it. Painting is here. Hello. Just in time for us to quit. 2 live plays and 2 new world record in points. Impressive. I don't know that it's a world record. I like it. Good game. It is a good game. I like it as well. Double deck. Well, sure, but that means you'd have to buy 2 games. Or you'd have to get creative on making that second deck. Whether it's replicating the deck by some printing method of your own choosing, or contacting the op and seeing if they can send you an extra deck and paying for it or what have you. There's ways to get around it. Where there's a will, there's a way, as the saying goes. But there's no provision for it in the rulebook. That's my main point. Go through twice. Maybe. Eric, maybe do a certain number of rounds and reshuffle the ones you passed on. Yeah, that could be. I like that you're showcasing solo games on live plays. Most often play solo. Any future live plays you're thinking about? Conan, Batman, more Nemesis, Retaliation? Not solos. Jesse and I are going to be playing Sand Art, a 2-player game tomorrow. That's a game that I just got in from a Kickstarter pledge that I made from 25th Century. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow. I don't know what we're playing on Friday yet. I'm still talking to JT about it. So, but as far as solo games are concerned, I do have some games that I need to get played. Like Atlantis Exodus is a game that I'm going to be probably trying to get to the table solo mode initially before long. And then another one that I'm looking at is Stevens from Capstone Games. To play solo as well. So just stay tuned, and I'll get them scheduled, and you'll see that they're coming up, and you can join. But thank you for that. I appreciate you. I got my wine cellar in Grand Central Skyport today. Yep, I got all that a couple days ago, as a matter of fact. Cupcake Empire next week by Jesse and Sam. Hey, maybe. We'll have to see. Yes, please, she says, Atlantis Exodus. Yeah, that's one I picked up at Origins, and I just haven't cracked open the rulebook yet. So I gotta. It looks really awesome. It looks really cool. I just haven't read the rulebook yet, but maybe next week. We'll have to see. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for joining us. We certainly appreciate you. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care.